Travis Wingoodzo. I began watching NCIS, and obviously gave me an idea for a video here. It's unfortunate that too many people, both Mormon, former Mormon, ex-Mormon, never Mormon, don't know how to do investigative research. And so when it comes to the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, nobody does it, because nobody's been taught and trained how to investigate. And so people go with what they know and use that preconceived bias to conclude on the church. And Mormons get it wrong. Former ex-Mormons get it wrong. And never Mormons get it wrong. As I see the comments. And it's worse when people take their false conclusions and then attack me by refusing to listen to my videos, and then coming to a video for the first time that doesn't talk about the other videos that they didn't see, that does explain it, and then make a dumbass comment that would not have been made if they had only watched the other video. And so with YouTube, they've changed the algorithms, and it makes it more difficult to investigate me and the information that I provide for you. They added back in the older video tab, and in so doing have cut you guys off from my latest new videos, as they believe that is the cause for the one that's over 1,000 views now. They do not want my videos known to you because I use forensic investigation. And it's even worse when people who are indoctrinated by psychology and religion attack me. Because not only do they come to my channel and say, I'm wrong. Oh, really? You said I'm wrong? Oh, I guess I must be wrong. Wow, you own me. Get out of here. Bleep you. Don't even bother to get to know me. You have the audacity to say, you can't judge me. Bleep you. I can judge you. I'm doing it. You're a dumbass. God. But to use psychology when they're not a psychologist, they're just indoctrinated by psychologists, such as the church's family services. It's all psychology. And so do you understand their tactics? If you do, it's most likely because you've been watching my channel and the videos that I've been discussing on that. But BYUs, they're all being overrun by psychology. Psychology of medicine, psychology of law, psychology of sociology, psychology of translation. Everything is replacing science by psychology. It's very dangerous, and it's deadly, because people are not coming to a knowledge of the truth that forensic investigation can give you. And so when investigating the church, missionaries come knocking on your door. Who are you? We're from the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Have you heard about the Book of Mormon? You heard about us? No. Well, here's a free book. Oh, thank you. Bye. you have to investigate. Unless your preconceived bias says, I don't want to be a part of a cult. You guys are quoting from pre-prepared topics. You're not speaking normally. And so, a genuine person who wants to investigate the church, which each and every single member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints should be doing. I did it, why didn't you? Even if you left the church, why didn't you investigate the church? You heard someone make a statement and you believed them and you were offended and left. Or you were physically attacked by the church. Those are rarer, but not by much. And so, yeah, witnesses are not reliable for forensic investigation. They're worthless. You use those to find out who done it. Because a witness may not actually be a witness, but actually be a perpetrator. Someone who's spreading the lies. Right, missionaries? Right, published authors. And so, yeah, you get authors who only gather witness statements and conclude, and it's all a bunch of BS. And as a result, the author does not know the history, and thus the readers, none of them know the history. And so doing research and investigation on the church requires a forensic investigation of the Book of Mormon. Now, there are critics of the church who have done that, and it is concluded as fact. Sidney Rigdon is the major author of the Book of Mormon. They, however, have not been watching my channel, and so they don't know that it's Joseph Smith Sr. who's the author of the 116 pages that had to be rewritten. Those facts cannot be excluded from your conclusion. Doesn't matter if you're Mormon, former ex-Mormon, never Mormon. This is why you do forensic investigation, so that you will not be deceived by a malicious actor. If the church is true, the forensic investigation will bear it out. The church is false, Mormons must accept the conclusions and leave. Like I said, I've done that. I pursued the linguistics of Joseph Smith's claims for Paleo-Hebrew and Egyptian. He's correct. He is a translator. That's going to come as a shock to former and ex-Mormons as well as Mormons. And my channel have been giving you videos where I go over how Joseph Smith is correct, because I, using forensic investigation, deciphered Paleo-Hebrew, which led me to decipher Egyptian, the learning of the Egyptians, the language of the Egyptians. not the learning of the Greeks, language of the Egyptians from the Rosetta Stone. There is a difference. And that's how I found out Joseph Smith is correct. And then have made discoveries in the scriptures as a result of those decipherments. And so for people to tell me I'm wrong, and that's it, they don't go and explain which premises or premises that I'm wrong about. That's not how you argue. I just dismiss you as stupid because you reveal yourself as stupid. You didn't do an investigation. You're using your preconceived bias to tell me I'm wrong. That makes you stupid. Especially when you don't even watch my other videos and you come to the one where I use a prop, like the book Way to Perfection, to tell you that the church is seeking to overthrow the government. And I don't read it to you. And so you don't believe. You don't even bother to get the book, read it. You don't bother to watch the video where I read it. And you just claim I'm wrong. All so that you can protect yourself and stay in the church, when they're the evil enemy of America. They're not the good guys. But you have to do forensic investigation on church history. You have to do investigation on the Book of Mormon to find linguistic patterns, to check contemporary books. Then you check the precepts. And you check what is the learning of the Jews they're talking about. Then you have to learn Jewish Kabbalah. If you're not going to do the research, you have no business making conclusions to other people. Getting up at the pulpit of conference on the first Sunday of the month to lie. I know the Book of Mormon is true. No, you don't. You didn't even investigate it. You didn't even make an attempt to study it. You read it. The church told you it's true. You get all warm and fuzzy. It must be true. Liar. And yet, you become a weapon for the church to call me the liar who's used forensic investigation, where all you have is what you believe is a spiritual witness. It was a preconceived, biased feeling. And it's either a yes or a no feeling. That's what's called a false dichotomy. You can't explain it because you didn't investigate. If you investigate, you can go into details. You can check William Foxwell Albright's decipherment of Paleo-Hebrew and shoot him down in flames as a complete whack job. Not a single claim of his was right, and I'm able to show. And so the ritual. You got to investigate the ritual. Knowing the origin of the scriptures and the discoveries that are in there, I know the ritual through forensic investigation. And so my videos explain this to you. The sacrament that you go to at church. The church won't tell you the truth. The theology, they lie. And they've covered up the scriptures to protect their lie. But you're not going to know that if you don't do a forensic investigation. See, the Joseph Smith Papers is a confession that they've lied to us about the gospel topic essays, which they put out as a confession that they've lied to us about church history. They still haven't told us the truth. But the Joseph Smith Papers is the source of authority. They are the primary source documents. And anybody investigating this church, and every single Mormon, must use them when investigating the church. And it is kind of horrifying that the church is so brazenly confident to bring out the Joseph Smith Papers as it condemns the church. It's not Joseph's church. And those Joseph Smith Papers expose it. But the church, by not making the necessary changes to our scriptures and our history, are deceiving you into believing that there are no changes. The Joseph Smith only confirms what we've been telling you is true, which we've come out and confessed is a lie. And it just makes you stupid. Now, I know you don't have time to do your research and investigation. You have to trust people to be honest with you. But how important is it for you to know whether the church you're in is a creepy, evil, satanic cult trying to rob you, or if it's actually correct and legitimate? Well, the church makes it very obvious they're not legitimate. Just the tithing scandal alone shows that they're scamming you. You have to pay for everything in the church. You have to be rich to be Mormon. You know, if you just want to go to attend church today, yeah, you don't really need much. You don't even have to buy a suit to attend church or a dress. You can go in regular clothes. Mormons are going to look at you weird. They're going to think you're not a Mormon. They're going to come up to you and try to convert you so that you become rich to buy a suit and a dress. So, don't get conned. I have no interest in turning you to the dark side, having you follow me. I just want to spend my day watching NCIS, preferably with a female. I have other things I want to do with my life. But having learned this information simply because I wanted to know the information and I got my answer, I have to warn you. There there is a threat. And because of Mormons' preconceived bias and ex-Mormons and their preconceived bias, nobody is hearkening to me. And so when it all hits the fan, I'm just going to be looking at you and going, you had the opportunity to watch my videos. I had been warning you for years, and you chose not to believe me, and now that it's happened, you now believe me. That our lives are now ruined, and so now you believe me. Get out of here. Bleep you. I could have been spending my life being happy, not being attacked all the time, wondering who's going to try to assassinate me next. And you probably never even bothered to investigate the origins of the Sabbath day, that it originate with Babylon, the whore, as John calls it. Yeah, it's a superstitious idol-worshipping day. Good job.